You clicked on this video because your dating life is. If you're a man, you know that texting is a nightmare. You get zero success even after thousands of swipes. And if you're a woman, you find most guys subpar, but the guys you like want nothing to do with you outside of sex. In the end, most people are left unsatisfied. But what if I told you that this is intentional?
What? What are you talking about, man?
Watch the entire video, because not only will I explain why, but I also have solutions. Let's get into it. Once upon a time, a million years ago, there was an alien named Rupert. One day while Rupert was taking a walk, an evil witch kidnapped him and took him into her hut. In the hut, she tells him,
I'm working on a new species called humans to add to Earth, and I'm struggling to make a mating system that only prioritizes having higher quantities of offspring so they don't die often with higher quality after each generation, so they can survive and compete in the dating market.
Then she tells Rupert,
I'll come back in 15 minutes. If you don't find a solution, I'll kill you.
Rupert profusely starts working as his life depends on it. When he ran the human genome simulator on the computer, none of the humans wanted to do anything with anyone. Rupert realizes he'll need to add a gene that motivates humans to reproduce, and he comes up with a hardcore drug called lust. He designs it, the computer congratulates him on this. Next, he tries to design everyone to be equally attracted to one another in the name of equality, even though some are obviously much more attractive or uglier than others. He runs the simulation again, and the program returns an error saying that this will cause bad genes to spread. He is tense beyond measure. He then realizes that, if good genes are to spread, he would need to not only be indifferent about the inequality, satisfaction, happiness, or morality of the organisms involved, but he would also have to make choosing partners strict, but much more so on the men. So he designs a system that makes attractive people irresistible and below average people repulsive. He runs the program again, and he gets an error again saying that there won't be enough people to reproduce with if there are too few eligible women to date. He then ponders for a minute until he realizes he has to relax men's sexual dating standards towards women so the species could have as many wombs as possible. He runs the program yet again, and it returns an error saying, great job, but nobody will stay with each other, so they can actually keep the children alive and reproduce again with the same partner. Rupert is getting frustrated and worried because he only has 6.9 minutes left. He makes an ultra-hardcore drug called love. Once he's done designing the love gene, he submits his submission and an error pops up again, saying, great, but what if a person finds a better mate? We need to be prioritizing reproducing those genes instead. Rupert only has 69 seconds left. Rupert rapidly implements the infidelity and cheating genes and then tries for the final time. It works. As you can tell from the story here, this system is very frustrating to participate in because it is not in most of our best interests, but we can't help it as it is ingrained in their biology. This system has very dire consequences though. Fun fact. You are more equal to Elon Musk in the financial market than you are to Chad in the dating market. Let me say that again because this is severely concerning. The inequality between you and Chad in dating is more severe than the inequality between you and Elon Musk financially. There might be some women who are thinking,
but doesn't the same thing apply to women as well?
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
I'd say yes, but to a significantly less degree. It's more equal for women than for men. This Tinder experiment proves my point as well. Now, of course, this will cause mental problems like depression, borderline personality disorder, and more, especially in women. This frustration leads people to find hateful, extreme ideologies like the modern red pill and MGTOW for men and modern feminism for women, where all they do is hate and complain about the opposite gender. Sadly, this also incentivizes deception due to the ruthless competition. For example, people will artificially inflate their price or lie to the other person to fulfill their own goals. One example is where women will trick a man into a relationship by lying about her partner count because if she told the truth, she would lose her chance with this guy. The same can be said for men. Guys who only want sex will lie to her that he'll promise the woman a relationship or say something that keeps his intentions hazy and gets what he wants out of her. The other effects of this system is the proliferation of single motherhood, hate, and also general dissatisfaction by most participants. Sadly, the dating market, unlike the financial market, is a zero-sum game. Meaning for every gain a person gets, it is a loss for someone else. But as with anything, there are exceptions. Not everyone will be a victim of this. One exception is meeting your partner young in middle and high school, where dating is much easier as the standards are lower. Another exception is just being lucky enough to find someone who you like that likes you back, or finding and dating a person with a strong preference, which will make it easier for you to date. One of the solutions I firmly believe will work for you is looksmaxing, especially for men due to higher standards placed by women. Another solution that can work for you is moving to a place where dating is easier for you. For example, a lot of men go to Southeast Asia, especially the Philippines, to get women because it's easier to get women there. You can go to any developing country and use halos like being white, American, or being from a first world country to score with women. You can also move locations within your own country where dating will be easier for you. For women, a solution you can use to be immune to deceit is establishing some form of down payment with any guy that is interested in you. Guys who only want sex almost always expect it to be free and effortless. A guy that is serious won't mind paying for a date. The more the down payment, the more immune you'll become, but the longer your dating dry spell will be. An example of a light down payment is having them take you on a date and pay for the whole thing before he is allowed to smash. A huge down payment would be no sex before marriage. A futuristic solution we can implement in the mid-term future is modifying our genes to change the goals of dating from their original goals to prioritize our happiness and satisfaction in dating. Scientists have already genetically modified rats to make them more monogamous, so this can be done. The second futuristic solution we can implement is having AI partners in completely realistic virtual reality, or having realistic robotic partners in the real world. I purposely excluded enforced monogamy as a solution because I believe it is a band-aid solution that helps men get partners at the expense of most women's desires, since most women will end up with men they aren't attracted to and are probably repulsed by. Plus, with the internet and globalization, this is not possible to reverse anyways. This isn't a good solution overall, as this doesn't help both parties and is not even feasible. If you liked the video, drop a like and peace out.